On this episode of Out of the Box Gaming, we talk Game of the Year. That's right, folks. It's that time of the year where we pick the best of the best that 2020 had to offer. Despite everything else this year, 2020 gave us some amazing games. So power up your favorite console, press play, and enjoy gaming with us. What's up, gamers? Welcome to Out of the Box Gaming. I am your host, Nick Picard, and I am joined by the man who plays all the Game of the Year winners, Will Kinsey.
Only after they win Game of the Year, though.
Yeah. If you are joining us for the first time or for the 28th time, we want to welcome you. We are a podcast where we talk about all types of games, like video games, board games, card games, etc. And you may ask, why are you going to talk about games? Well, it's because we want to, and we think that we have something to say that you may want to hear.
That's right, everyone. We want to show you our love of games and, maybe even introduce you to something new. Also, as always, we want to hear from you, so feel free to drop topic ideas, discussion questions, anything like that you'd love for us to talk about in our Discord. You can do this by clicking on the link to get to our Discord, or if you're already a part of it, just go to the Discord and go to the topic ideas or discussion questions text channel and just type away.
Yeah. We have a very special episode for you today, and we're going to talk about Game of the Year. But first, Lindsay is also here with us, and I believe she has a trivia question ready for us.
I do. Okay. This is Game of the Year Gaming Awards related.
Cool.
Okay. I made this up myself.
Uh-oh.
Anywho. So, this particular gaming awards, whatever it's called, I don't know, started in 2014. And it was aired on, I don't know whether it was just online or TV or what have you. I want to know how many more viewers viewed the gaming awards in 2019 than they did the first year in 2014.
How many more viewers?
Yes.
Gosh.
No, I have absolutely no idea. So
I will tell you, it has gone up every year. There's been more viewers. I don't know about this year.
I would certainly hope so.
Yeah. So.
Well, goodness, that is a fantastic question you have for us today, Lindsay. If you guys at home want to think about that question, we'll come back to it at the end of the episode.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I will say I will accept the answer in millions.
In millions? Okay.
Yes.
All right. That's a pretty big hint.
I didn't want you to say like 27.
You accept it in billions?
No.
Okay, cool.
Okay. All right. So this is normally the time where we would talk about what we've been playing, but we have a jam-packed episode for you, and it's Game of the Year. It's going to be a little bit more interactive for any of y'all that are watching live. Y'all will kind of, get to see all the different categories that we're going to go through, and we're going to, vote together. Well, kind of together, I guess. But yeah, and if you want to go and vote yourself, then just go to Google and type in the gameawards.com/nominees. And you should be able to find it. Let me pull it up. Here we go. Hopefully,
I think I'm posting it in the chat.
Yeah.
Of Twitch. I don't know. I just typed that out. I assume that's the right link.
Yeah.
Sorry if it takes you somewhere else.
Yeah. And if y'all have like any questions, watching live, Lindsay will do her best of like answering them in the chat.
You were almost going to say that I was going to do a good job, and then you changed your mind and said that I would do my best.
Yep. Well,
I will do a good job.
She will do a good job. Okay. All right. So if y'all don't know about Game Awards, it's dealing with video games, just like a big award thing where they have different categories, and the big one is Game of the Year. and which we'll get to that one. And if you want to be thinking about it, to let us know what you think should be Game of the Year. The nominees for Game of the Year is Animal Crossing New Horizon, Ghost of Tsushima, Doom Eternal,
Last of Us Part 2,
Hades, and Final Fantasy VII Remake. Whenever we get to that one, we have something special where we're going to, pull in some special guests, and we're going to hear their vote and thoughts, on that category. But we just figured that we would go through all these different categories because they have a bunch of them, and just see. So, Will, I assume you have this pulled up and you're ready to go.
I certainly do, and I am down at the bottom on Best Esports Team, right there with you.
All right, so this one is Best Esports Team, and it's recognizing a specified esports team, not the full organization, judged the most outstanding for performance and conduct in 2020. Well, 2020 has been a really crappy year, and because of, COVID. So how much esports has there really been going on?
I mean, there has been an amount. It's just they haven't been able to have the live audiences or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I honestly, I don't know if viewership has gone up or gone down this year in terms of esports viewing. I would assume it went up.
I would assume if they had an event, it would have gone up since most people would be home. But I honestly don't really.
My viewership hasn't gone up.
I honestly don't know really any of these teams. I know I've heard of San Francisco Shock for Overwatch, but anything with Dota 2, I have no idea.
2 league teams.
And then we have 2 League of Legends teams. Ones that I haven't really known. I think I've heard of the name G2 Esports.
Yeah.
But the other one, I don't think I've ever heard.
Damwon has actually, they've been in League for a while now, but they won the 2020 World Championships this year.
Oh, well, congrats.
They defeated Sunning. And yeah, they are currently the League of Legends World Champions. Oh. I respect the mess out of Overwatch and Dota, and yeah, not so much Call of Duty.
No, that doesn't even have not even an ounce of a vote I would give to them.
Sorry, Dallas Empire. But personally, I kind of have to vote for Damwon, mostly because they've really picked it up this year, from what I can tell. And I mean, they won. So that's my vote. Personally.
I got scared because I thought Will was starting to cuss.
Oh, no.
Damwon.
Because I didn't read it, and I was like, Will, we don't do that on this podcast, but okay.
Yeah, I think I would give the vote for them. I mean, like I said, I haven't really watched any, and I know of San Francisco Shock, but I haven't really watched a lot of Overwatch League this year. But I know League of Legends is really big in the esports, and since they're the champions, I want to go ahead and give them the vote. Oh, no.
Oh, you earned a badge, Nick.
Lit. All right, let's move up. Best esports host. I don't know any of them. It's the best host or commentator of esports event, both in venue and or broadcast in 2020.
I feel like I've seen Alex Mendez, but I could just be making that up.
I know I've seen Dash before from League, but I don't think I've ever heard or paid attention to what he sounds like or anything.
See, I feel like I would need a snippet of their voices.
This first dude, Alex, kind of looks like the guy from Superstore, Garrett, the one in the wheelchair. It kind of looks like him.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Yeah, I don't really know.
I don't know enough to
I mean, some of y'all that, listening or watching, y'all may know some of these, and y'all may be like, oh, how do you not know this person? I don't really know. I know who I'm going to vote for. What about you, Will?
Yeah, I mean, the most recognizable person on here to me, because I don't listen to a whole lot of like esports stuff, in terms of like when they're just kind of talking. But Dash Patterson, I like
Yeah.
automatically recognize, and he's always good to listen to. So I just by default have to vote for him.
Yeah, that's who I decided. All right, best esports game.
Ooh.
For the game, I'm not going to read through all these descriptions. I mean, the title pretty much says it. All right, best esport game.
Wow, Valorant made it?
I don't
Valorant
know if
only made it because it's Riot Games.
and it's new, and since it's new, it was popular. So I don't think I could vote for CS:GO because I don't watch it, and I don't know how much popularity it still has. Obviously, enough to where it still has an esports game. Call of Duty. At first, when I went through this, I thought it was Warzone. I'm like, no, I'm not voting for that. But it's the Modern Warfare, so I guess it's the... I don't know what game mode they actually do, but it's not going to have my vote.
That's fair. I mean, it is, especially the new Modern Warfare, the competitive scene is pretty freaking intense. Like, you have to actually be really good at the game.
Yeah. Fortnite, I can't vote for Fortnite for an esport game.
It's too easy.
I can't. So now I'm down between League and Valorant. Well, Valorant is just an updated version of CS:GO with abilities. It's not going to get my vote, and so League of Legends is going to get my vote, and I feel like that's... For me, it's valid because I know it's a very popular one. It isn't that the game that like pretty much grew esports? Because like before it was lot. Yeah. So I mean, like they've
you
done...
had Dota 2, and you had like a lot of people who were still playing stuff like Unreal Tournament, and it's just random stuff like that was like niche. But then League came out, and everyone jumped on League, and it became such a big hype thing.
I feel like I feel like it deserves to be the best esports game.
Yeah.
I was surprised Valorant
this
made
list,
it up there.
Yeah.
Over Overwatch.
Yeah.
Anywho, what do I know?
All right. Best esports event.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. There's 2 CS:GOs on here. All right. I don't really.
For me, like
it's gonna. I already know what mine's going to be.
Like there is the Overwatch League Grand Finals 2020. I didn't watch that though, so
Overwatch is my second pick, but my first pick, I'm going to have to go with League again.
League, yeah, it's just such a huge event.
Yeah, I even had one of our friends.
Quality, everything they do so well.
Yeah, but one of our friends, he was my roommate in college. He never really cared to play League, but he loved watching the League tournaments. So, I mean, it even gets people that don't even play the game, entertained enough to watch it. So
yeah, that's a really special thing. I've met a couple people like that who don't necessarily play League or don't necessarily play certain games, but they'll watch them being played competitively. And that's really cool. Like if you're a game that can boast that hey, people don't play us but they watch us, like that's pretty neat.
Yeah. It's just like, normal sports. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that won't play football, but they watch football.
Oh yeah.
So all right, best esports coach. I don't know any of the coaches.
I know nothing, but I am pulling towards Danny because he's got on 2 headsets.
Oh yeah, that's
it's pretty impressive in my book.
I mean, Also, I want to say real quick, any of y'all that are watching live, if y'all want to, as we go through, if you just want to jot out who your vote would be, that's kind of cool. I'll kind of read it. I know Lindsay is reading it, so maybe y'all know who some of these people are, but yeah.
Well, they don't have Coma from Damwon, so
No.
Chat saying Krusty.
Overwatch League. You know what? I want to give some love to Overwatch, so I think I'll vote for Krusty, because also the name Krusty. Do
you have to have a nickname to be an esports coach?
They could have been someone that played it before, and that was their gamer tag.
Oh,
that's usually how it goes.
Yeah, than a nickname.
Yeah, Krusty.
This dude looks crusty.
All right, best esports athlete.
This dude looks crusty. Yikes.
Once again, I don't know any of these people. But we have 2 Call of Duty contenders, 2 League, and 1 CS:GO.
Headsets, so.
Well, this one right here looks like he's, in front of a computer screen, but he's not actually gaming. These 2 are the ones that look like they're actually gaming. So I want to put them down between these 2.
The last guy's giving me weird eyes.
Yeah, he's like I'm getting a weird vibe from him. This one, he doesn't even know where the camera is. He's looking away.
He's a model.
Yeah.
At heart.
So here's the thing: we've got Showmaker and Canyon, who are both on Damwon Gaming. So they both were part of the team that won the 2020 championship for League.
They were stacked.
Yeah, right. So I kind of find this one to be very difficult. So I'm gonna say, Showmaker's the mid. Mid's very important. However, Canyon's the jungle, and jungle is an incredibly important role.
Yes.
So I'm gonna give it up for Canyon.
I'm gonna give it to him
because he's the jungle.
I'll give it up for him because he also looks like he is actually gaming.
Yeah, and he looks serious right now.
Yeah. All right, now we're starting to get into some games.
Oh,
right.
Well, you moved on before you got my opinion.
Oh, what was your opinion?
Come on, man.
We'll scroll back down.
My opinion was that I know nothing, and the first one is the most attractive, so...
We're moving on. Best debut game. I think I've only really heard of the last one.
I have not heard of a single.
But all these I have not really heard of. This one I've just heard of because it seems to be somewhat popular, I think, on Twitch.
Phasmophobia? Yeah, the scary one.
Yeah. I mean, that one might just get my vote because I feel like that's the one that has seen more popularity. Though I like the art design of this one. Roki or whatever. I don't know how you pronounce that. I like the art design of it.
Yeah, the art for Roki it's like what was that other one that came out earlier this year that was really just kind of aesthetically pleasing? Was it Ori? That one was
probably
pretty pleasing. So let's see. We've got Phasmophobia was fantastic, and I want to give it a full playthrough. Honestly,
okay.
Carrion is interesting. You play as this like monster, and you go through sort of a Castlevania, Metroid, like a Metroidvania type map where it's 2D and just kind of go through levels, and you're basically murderizing people and absorbing them into your big bloody mass. It's kind of gross.
Yeah.
And then Mortal Shell was actually super freaking cool, and I really want to play it. But you go through and you have these like they're shells, they're different like playable characters that you can like choose to be and play through. And if I remember correctly, it's sort of roguelike-ish, but don't quote me on that. So I mean, for my vote, it has to be either between Mortal Shell and Phasmophobia. But because Phasmophobia made such a bigger splash,
yeah,
it's like that's it for me.
Yeah. Your opinion, Lindsay? Sorry.
I have none.
Okay, we're moving on.
Okay.
Oh, I like this one.
Tim the Tap Man.
Lindsay already gave her opinion. All right, content creator of the year. Now, I don't know
The first two.
the first two, but I am already down between two.
I mean, I would love for a female to win, but I've followed Tim for so long.
I'm down between two. One of them because I'm biased because I've been watching him for over 5 years.
Yeah, I've subbed to him for 69 months.
Yeah. And the other one, I feel like she's moved up a lot. I've been hearing more things about her. And she, does a lot, and she's a, great creator.
Valkyrie.
Yes.
Valkyrie?
So yeah. I'm between Tim the Tap Man and Valkyrie.
I do think Nick Merckx's picture should just be
his forehead. Yeah, just the fact that they showed his actual face and stuff, I can't vote for him.
We don't need his.
We just
body,
need his forehead.
Forehead.
So, good call on that, Lindsay. That was really funny. You may have broke Will.
A little bit.
Okay.
I need to check out these others.
Whoa. What about you, Will? What's your thoughts on this?
I respect Tim the Tap Man. However,
he's my boy, man. Come on.
I mean, Valkyrie's really sort of like up and coming. We've heard about Tim the Tap Man for a while, so I kind of want to give love to Valkyrie on this one.
Yeah, I may give a vote to her.
I'll go vote for Tim and just cancel your.
Okay.
Oof.
I mean,
someone came in your stream one day and said that
I was a off-brand Tim the Tap Man, and I was like,
"That's the best."
I was like, I'm not going to take that as an insult. I want to take that as a compliment. But so, thank you. Yeah, I want to have to give it to Valkyrie because she's definitely. I've seen her a lot over this past year.
Yeah.
So.
Isn't she
making waves?
She
roommates with Pokemon?
I think she is now. I'm pretty sure before she was roommates with, or still is with, Courage JD. I think that was still a thing. And she used to be on Twitch, and then she switched over to YouTube. I think that was over a year ago. All right, best multiplayer. This is a great category, and I'm just going to go ahead and say I'm throwing Animal Crossing out of this one.
It's not good as a multiplayer.
Yeah, for multiplayer, no. And why are you going to go for that? No, you.
It's a good game and it's multiplayer, but I understand why you say it because as a multiplayer,
no.
Nick and I tried it.
It sucks.
One person's can do more than the other. The other person, it takes forever to pick stuff up.
No,
it goes in a box.
I think this is going for online multiplayer.
Oh.
It's still no. It's. I mean, I still had not a great experience with the online multiplayer dealing with that game. So
you go visit someone's island, they take your stuff when you don't want them to.
And then if other people come on the island, then you have to sit there and wait. It says someone's coming on the island, and then no, that one's just out.
Yeah. I kind of want to just also say Among Us is out because it's not a 2020 game.
Fair. Though it did blow up this year, but
it wasn't developed this year.
But
so then does that mean
them to win over some of these other?
When did Call of Duty Warzone actually come out?
I don't.
The Warzone
this year.
So then we're going to take that one out. If it was last year, then we're going to take that one out since we took Among Us out. So now we're between Fall Guys and Valorant, and I know some people.
The mobile version of Among Us come out this year.
Yeah, the mobile version came out this year, but it's the same game.
Yeah. I wonder how many people we have heated in chat here.
It might be people. But I feel fully justified in taking Among Us out because it is.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I mean, that really does leave us with 2 games. And I think the choice is obvious.
Fall Guys.
Like, I feel like more people are gonna vote for Fall Guys as well. I enjoyed Fall Guys more.
The thing is, yeah, I enjoyed Fall Guys more. It hasn't been out as long as Valorant, and I feel like Valorant has stood strong and been a popular game, and I feel like that one may win. But Fall Guys came out and it hit hard, but it did fall off. But I really enjoyed Fall Guys.
Before you vote, I would like to make a case.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, Among Us did not come out this year. But we're talking about a multiplayer game. You can play cross-play between mobile and computer. You can get everybody in. I think that makes the ultimate multiplayer game.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're most certainly not wrong. However, if someone had said that Fortnite was the best multiplayer game, what was it, a year or two ago when its mobile version came out? I mean, I don't know how I'd feel about it.
It said, the description for best multiplayer says for outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op, massively multiplayer experiences.
You know what? Co-op. There's almost no co-op in Fall Guys, and when it is, it's just your teammates doing terrible things and making you lose.
Holding
I
you.
will agree with you, Lindsay. You have swayed me in this. And I will vote for Among Us. I'm locking it in right now. Boom. You win.
All right, what does the chat think?
They all already voted for Among Us.
All right, I guess we're voting for Among Us. Ugh. All right, best sports / racing. Oh, so are they saying that racing isn't a sport? Hey,
Nicholas, now is not the time to take your shot at them.
Of all this time where I thought racing was a sport, they're putting it separate. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and say I'm not voting for Dirt 5 or F1 2020.
What? Why?
Tony Hawk.
Because they're not like a Mario Kart type racing game. No, I don't care for that.
Which one you're going to vote for? But racing games, in my opinion, go above FIFA and NBA.
I will say they go above FIFA and NBA because, well, actually, no, it just depends. Because all of these, except maybe Dirt 5, I don't know how consistent they are coming out with games or this one, but FIFA and NBA, it's literally the same game each year. It just maybe one new attribute and maybe like roster changes, like that's it. So I'm not going to vote for either one of them.
And did NBA 2K21, were they not the ones that put real commercials in the game? They should be they suck. You can't
for doing that.
It's
I'm not going to vote for that. I'm going to vote for Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. Yes, I know it's a remake, but it was a fantastic game.
I would
and that's my vote. I'm going to lock it in.
On the last category, someone in our chat said that they wanted to vote Will as the best multiplayer game.
Oh, Will, you've been getting around.
There's that.
What's your vote on this one, Will?
On this one, I really want to say Dirt 5, but I'm not going to because I haven't played it. So I'm going to say Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 with an asterisk because I know that FIFA is probably actually going to win, but my vote goes to Tony Hawk.
Yeah, I mean, FIFA is very popular, but I mean, I got to give it to Tony Hawk. That was a great game. Very chill game. All right. Best sim / strategy. I don't know how we're doing on time. Okay.
Really,
I already have my vote just because
Simulator is not in here. I'd like to make that.
Yeah, shots fired to them. I don't really know much about any of these games. I already have my vote.
Yeah, this one's a pretty clear vote, and I mean, there's some strong contenders here, but there's one game that's just so far ahead of the others.
I'm wondering if you have the same vote as me, Lindsay. Do you have a vote?
Flight Simulator?
I don't have a clue.
Yes, Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Dude, it's so amazing.
The fact that you can just get in a plane and you can go anywhere and you can actually sightsee everything.
You can't do that in real life.
You can, but this you can do it from your computer where you don't have to spend as much. Yeah, during COVID, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. So,
but apparently you can eat the Pope in Crusader Kings 3.
Yeah, but in this you can go buy your house. You can literally see your house.
I'm not arguing against it.
Yeah.
And from what I saw of it, it looked really cool.
Yeah, sorry everyone. Definitely Flight Simulator. I will have to say that, hey, Microsoft, they actually did something well. They made a good game.
Woo! Okay.
All right, best family. I already have my vote.
Let me think.
Best family for the best game appropriate for family play.
None of the Marios, the whole Peach and Bowser thing.
I may have to think about my vote for a bit.
See, here's the thing. Animal Crossing was a great game. It's not a great game to play with your family.
Yeah.
Because, here's the thing. If you have one Switch, then there's only one person on the island that can make the big decisions.
Yes.
And also, if you have like little ones and they come on, like, you know, and they're on the island, they basically could destroy the island or whatnot.
It's not good to play at the same time. It wasn't bad when Nick and I would play it by myself and then later he would play it. Like, that wasn't too bad, but to play together, it's not that good.
No. Unless
it's changed. We haven't played in a while, but
I mean, I was going to vote for that, but then whenever I was thinking of all the problems that we had with them, like, you know, trying to play together as a family, and then if you had little ones and what could happen, it's not going to get my vote. I can't.
Well, I mean, chat's saying that they take it as a family rating, not necessarily playing with the family. It says for appropriate for family play. So I don't know exactly.
I mean, if we're going to go by rating, then yeah, it's a great one. But
I honestly don't know on this one. I haven't played the Mario Kart Live home circuit. It looks fun.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there. That is 100% my vote.
Okay.
Just because it looks so amazing.
Yeah.
And they did something different. They took Mario Kart and they made like an RC car with it that you get to drive around in your house.
And I think
with the family.
For the family.
Yeah. Do what?
I said, how cool is that?
Yeah, it's awesome.
I haven't played Paper Mario. I have played Minecraft Dungeons and I enjoyed it.
It was great.
But I mean, I don't know.
I mean, Fall Guys, I mean, that's great. It's a family game.
Fall Guys is like the Mario of video games. I mean, the Monopoly of video games. Mario.
All right, I'm gonna go.
I'll get mad.
I think, Will, since you said the Mario Kart Live thing, and thinking about it, I think I want to vote for that.
Right?
Because I can't just like chat. I understand some of y'all are like, you know, based on the rating. I can't just base it off of the rating. I got to think of, you know, everything. All right, best
appropriate for family play.
Yeah. All right, best fighting. I only know really two of these. And it's because of their popular name.
I was a huge fighting game nerd, and I've gotten some opinions from him on fighting games. So I have a feeling I know which one might win, but I have a certain special opinions.
I already have my vote.
I haven't played any of these. I have a question, though. I don't know if y'all are qualified to answer.
Not at all.
By the time we're at Mortal Kombat 11 and Street Fighter 5, are we like beating a dead horse with, you know, of these games? Is there much different than the first version of them, other than graphics? Like,
the graphics change, the story changes, because fighting games do a story.
Yeah.
Characters get updated. New characters get added, combos change. There's all sorts of different updates that happen to fighting games. It's not like sports games where it literally is just like, here you go, same roster, maybe a couple of
same thing.
Okay.
We're gonna charge you $60 for the same dang thing.
Okay, valid. And now I'm wondering where that phrase "beating a dead horse" came from. But I'll look that up on my own time.
Will, what's your vote for this?
So I'm going to come out of left field and I'm actually going to say my vote for this is Grand Blue Fantasy Versus because
game I don't even know about.
and it is phenomenal. The fighting in it is incredible. The character design, everything about it is pretty freaking great, as opposed to some of the other ones on this list. And Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter are both, great, but in some of what Lindsay said of the whole beating a dead horse thing, I'm kind of tired of Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter.
Yeah, I understand. If you do happen to read chat, Will, I suggest you do because of
No, please don't hate me.
No,
it's that bot that
the bot.
Uh-huh. That's really funny. Okay. Well,
I do appreciate that answer though.
Yeah, so I was going to vote for Mortal Kombat because I know they're doing a lot of things. They're adding like more characters and stuff, but it really would just be the same thing. I'm pretty sure if I got the game and started playing it, I would be like, oh, wow, this is just, like the game that I played, years ago. And I think someone in chat was saying that really it's the people that would constantly play the game that would notice the changes that they make. I wouldn't know. So, Well, I would just go with you on your vote, and hopefully they will win. All right, best role-playing game. Oh, I already know there's someone in our chat that's going to say Persona 5 Royal. I know that. I'm not going to pick it. I already have my vote, and it's because I actually played the game and absolutely loved the game.
Final Fantasy VII?
Oh,
Remake.
Absolutely.
I figured. I respect that choice 100% and fully support you in it. However,
I know you're picking something different.
Yeah, having seen Persona 5 Royal and
I know what
just
he's gonna pick.
enjoying it from just viewing it,
Mhm.
but also so much about it just tickles me in a way because it's like Pokemon with JoJo stands, and it's like it's got all you want, really. So for me, I'm gonna pick Persona 5 Royal.
Yeah.
But there are some excellent games on this list.
Yeah,
Final
because I know I've heard nothing but like good
Well,
things about
the Yakuza
Yakuza. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Genshin Impact, I didn't play, but I know a lot of people have been really enjoying it, and it's
Yeah.
made a huge impact. So, I mean, big respect.
Honestly, I feel like Genshin Impact might win in this category because of how popular it became. But
isn't that one on mobile too?
Yes, but y'all heard it from me. Y'all heard my vote, and I'm sticking with it because I absolutely love the game. Lindsay, did you have a vote? Sorry, I scrolled up before she said.
No, I did not. I was trying to get on my phone, so I vote myself.
Okay, all right. Now we're getting into some,
I give up.
We're getting into some, hard decisions. Best action / adventure.
Ooh. Oh, what are you gonna pick?
I don't know.
Star Wars.
Okay,
Spider-Man.
look, we got Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Haven't played it yet. I'm very excited. Ghost of Tsushima, love the game. Platinum the game. It was amazing. Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales, play the game, platinum the game. It's amazing. Ori and the Will of the Wisp, haven't played that one. I want to at some point. The art style was amazing. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I'm probably not want to pick it as best action / adventure. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Yes, that game did come out last year, but it was after the cutoff for the Game of the Awards, nominees and all that stuff, or for this, so they had to put it in this. And I'm very sad. I think this is the only category that it's in, and I absolutely love the game. Another one that I platinum. And then there's Last of Us Part 2, which is I don't know how some of y'all feel about it, but I thought it was a really great game. I didn't play it. I just watched a gameplay playthrough of it, and at the end of it, I was satisfied with it. I know
that game
during
had a lot of criticism.
During the game, I was not entirely happy, but at the end, I was like, you know what? That was a great game. I understand what they were going for. So this is a very tough decision for me.
I haven't
y'all can
played any of them. I plan on eventually playing Last of Us. And I also plan on playing Valhalla. Probably not any of the others. I'm just so excited about Valhalla. I don't know. But played it. Yeah.
I think I have mine down to 3 right now.
So for best action adventure, I mean, there are so many great choices here. And for me, I would really like to say Ghost of Tsushima. However, since this is like the only category that they've given to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and I think it definitely deserves to win something, I'm voting for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, I just realized I didn't read the description, but it also has in puzzle solving.
Fighting combat with traversal.
Okay. So, Will, you said Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order?
Yes, sir. Yes,
okay.
Sir.
So, the 3 that I got down between was Ghost of Tsushima, Star Wars, and Last of Us. But I want to take out Last of Us, and I had it between Star Wars and Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima is a great game, but I'm going to have to go with Will and give it to Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, because that was a great game and I loved it. And there was a lot of puzzle solving in that game compared to some of these other ones that I played. So I want to give it to that. I don't know if it's actually going to win, since it was literally, a year ago since it came out and people probably already forgot about it. But yeah, we may need to pick up the pace a little bit.
Yeah, buddy.
Best action. I have not played any of these, but I'll have my vote down between 2. Lindsay hasn't played any of these.
I have my vote, but an honorable mention to the game that I'm pretty sure is going to win.
All right, well, what's your honorable mention?
So my honorable mention goes to Doom Eternal. It's just...
Yeah, that was mine.
It's a strong contender, and I'm pretty sure it's going to win.
I think you and I are on the same page of what we're voting for.
Quite possibly.
Half-Life Alyx?
Yes, 100%, 100,000%.
Yeah.
The attention to detail in a VR game was so phenomenal. Like, can't be beat by any of these games.
Yeah. And it was a VR game and all these other ones weren't, or whatever. But yeah.
You can protect yourself from barnacles by putting a bucket on your head. How awesome is that?
Yeah. I do feel like best Doom Eternal is going to win best action. Absolutely. Yeah. But I want to have to give it to Half-Life Alyx. Innovation and accessibility. I'm just going to go ahead and say there's no need to discuss any of these. The vote goes to Last of Us Part 2, because you literally could be blind and play the game. They have set the bar extremely high for other gaming companies to, have to do for accessibility. Naughty Dog for Last of Us Part 2 went out of the park with it. So there's no discussion. That's the clear winner.
Yep.
Best VR/AR.
Oh, man.
Okay, Dreams. I know we said before, I know we said on our prediction 1 that I brought that one up, and Dreams is a great game. Probably won't give it to that. I haven't really heard much about some of these games.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be sick if I played Star Wars Squadrons.
I would love to play Star Wars Squadrons. I haven't yet.
I would.
Yeah, I haven't played it in VR yet.
I would just love to play it. I haven't played it at all, but I feel like I know which one's going to get the vote, and I've heard nothing but good things about it, and I want to vote for it. Half-Life Alyx.
Yeah, Half-Life Alyx. However, Star Wars Squadrons, I've played the game on PC, and it's phenomenal. So I can only imagine how incredible it is in VR. But like I said earlier, the attention to detail that they gave Half-Life Alyx is just, indescribable.
All right, moving on. Best community support.
Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity, and game up.
I have no
I
idea.
forgot No Man's Sky's on this list.
I mean, hey, I'm going to give them props for that. They went
Didn't
from
they make it a lot better?
yes,
They did.
from
They
people
did. They
like
responded to
giving
their
them
community.
crap of whatever, and they brought it back, and it's actually a very popular game. And I haven't really played it yet. But I give them props. I really don't know who to vote for here because I mean,
chat's saying No Man's Sky, sure.
okay, well then I guess I'll vote for No Man's Sky. I mean, I don't know how all these other games, like how responsive. I know Fortnite, they have basically an update every week, but that's I think mostly because they have new challenges. I don't know if it's anything to fix the game. So yeah, I'll vote for No Man's Sky because I mean they came back from
I think
really bad.
I haven't played it, but wasn't that a game that a lot of people were excited about?
Yes.
And then they played it and they were disappointed.
Well, they were
And then
disappointed because
got
they
better.
were promised things that didn't happen, and yeah,
don't we all hate that?
Yeah, they really turned it around. So yeah, I'll give it to that. Will, or what was that your vote?
Yeah, I have been swayed. I didn't have any strong opinions on this one. But yeah, they stuck in there. They responded well to the community, and they fixed a lot of it. So I'll give it to them.
Okay.
Good job.
All right, now we come across best mobile game.
I don't know, but that picture for Pokemon Cafe looks really cute.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even know that was a thing until I looked at this list.
I heard about it, but I never
That
actually
Eevee,
played it. But
So
yeah, that looks
adorable.
adorable.
I would like to say, I may come under fire for this. If you play Call of Duty Mobile, just leave the planet.
Oh yikes!
Man, there's a lot of people that play Call of Duty Mobile. I don't see why you would. I mean, I guess I understand that. Hey, you want to play Call of Duty and you don't have a PC or a console, but you have a phone. I guess that's your only way you could play it. But I'm not going to vote for it. I think I know which one I want to vote for.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think we're on the same page for this one, though.
I've only played
we
one.
might not be.
Yeah.
Just because it made such a big impact, and I mean, it did just recently come out, but Genshin Impact really
I was going to say pun intended.
Been wild.
Yeah, so I'm going to vote for Legends of Runeterra because
that's a really good one.
I mean, great game. I haven't played it on mobile yet. I played it on PC, but I have a lot of fun with it. I know one of our friends, Ethan, we had him on the podcast when we talked about Magic. Last time I actually talked to him, he said he's been playing a lot of Legends of Runeterra, and I know he said on that episode that Magic might be, the best game, to come out. And then he's been playing this, and he goes, I don't know, this game is really good, and it's doing a lot of good things. So, but I'm definitely going to give it to Legends of Runeterra. I don't think it will win, but that's my vote. Best indie game. Well, I'm down between two.
Fall Guys and Hades.
Yep. I will say Spelunky 2. I've heard really good things about it. I've never played Spelunky. But I heard it's very good. But I'm between Fall Guys and Hades, and I already have my vote. What about you, Lindsay?
I mean, I've only played Fall Guys. That's played. Despite the rage, I like it.
What about you, Will?
I still need to play Spiritfarer because it looks so dang good, and I feel really bad that I didn't play it before.
I like the art style
this vote
for it
because I want to love it. I really want to love it, but I haven't played it yet. So I kind of have to give it to Fall Guys. With an honorable mention to Carrion because I love the flavor and aesthetic of Carrion.
Yeah, I was giving it to Fall Guys. So, all right, best ongoing game.
Okay.
I really don't know. This is kind of tough to pick.
I feel like I have to, like, for the story, give it to Destiny 2.
Yeah, for story, them. Call of Duty, Warzone, no, I'm not going to vote for them.
Here, say what you want about me, but I am terrible at Apex Legend. Got this.
Yeah.
I don't mind playing it, but I'm terrible at it. Destiny 2, I don't think I've played. I played a little of the first. It's not bad, not my style. Was not a fan of Call of Duty Warzone.
I have my vote.
And I don't win in the gulag. No Man's Sky I haven't played. I play Fortnite a lot. And based off of yesterday's event, which was one of the best they've ever had, despite what my second graders say, I like what they keep. I like how they keep changing it, what they keep doing with it, what they keep putting in the game. So say what you will about me, but I would vote for Fortnite.
Will, what about you?
Well, it says outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player experience over time. Now, we did just talk about No Man's Sky and how they responded to their community and made things better.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be my contender against Destiny 2, which has just made a pretty good player experience and dealt out decent, story and content over the last, couple of years. So I feel like Destiny 2 is going to win, but I'm going to throw another respect vote to No Man's Sky because I've kind of been swayed this way.
I am going to say Fortnite because they do consistently change things, but mostly because of their in-game events that they do.
Like, no other game, to my knowledge, has done something like that.
On their level.
Live events like that. On that level,
yeah. And they also, will have concerts in the game.
Yeah, I mean, they could get people better than Travis Scott, but still, they do really cool stuff.
Yeah, so I'm voting for... I mean, they had Marshmello. They had a Marshmello concert. That was amazing.
True, that was fun.
All right, games for Impact.
I'm just sad Genshin Impact is in there just because.
For a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. I don't know any of these games. Actually, I've heard of Tell Me Why, but I don't know.
Tell Me Why it seemed a little dark.
I think because, we need to kind of push through, I'm just going to go ahead and say the Spirit Fair one, the one that you brought up, because it looks good, so I'm just going to vote for that. And we're going to move on. Best performance. All right, so there's Ashley Johnson as Ellie, Laura Bailey as Abby, don't know how to say his name, as Jin Sakai, Logan Cunningham as Hades, and Najee Jeter as Miles Morales.
Probably one of the first two.
I want to say one of these two. I love Ghost of Tsushima, but there was just times where he just did not show any emotion for things. Yeah, I want to say one of these two. It's a tough choice. Will, do you have one?
I'm just because we've had Ellie longer, I'm gonna vote for Ashley Johnson. But really, I don't have much of an opinion on this one.
I want to pick Laura Bailey because she's my favorite female voice actor.
And she had to put up with a lot.
Yeah, she did. Game. She did because people threatened her and all that stuff. So, all right, best audio design.
Audio design.
Recognize the best in-game audio and sound design.
Okay.
Ooh.
I mean, Last of Us Part 2 had all of the great things for people who it's
gonna have to be my vote. I was gonna vote Ghost of Tsushima, but Last of Us Part 2 of all what they did, I gotta give it to them.
Yeah, it goes along with that accessibility thing from earlier, but yeah. I mean, Doom Eternal had great sound, great music. Half-Life, it's VR, so the way they did sound design is great. But yeah.
All right. So best score and music. Outstanding music, influence of score, original song, and or licensed soundtrack.
Why isn't Persona 5 Royal on this one?
I have my vote. I think I already know what will probably win, but I have my vote.
I do too.
What's your vote?
I'm gonna go ahead and say Doom Eternal because that mean soundtrack.
I think that's the one that's going to win, but I want to vote for Final Fantasy VII Remake.
100% fair.
That was great. All right, best art direction.
Oof.
This is tough. Outstanding creative and or technical achievement and artistic design and animation. I'm putting this down between two for me.
I think from what I've seen, I would vote for Ghost because it was just so beautiful.
Yeah.
Other than when you were killing people.
Yeah, other one was killing people. Or
Well,
it's like the great thing was it's like, oh, you get this beautiful scenery, and then if you look directly to your left, you just see a dead, burnt body next to you.
But like when I first saw that like the trailer for it,
Yeah.
At whatever E3 that was, like it looked so good.
Will, what about you?
I really, really, really want to give it to Ori and the Will of the Wisps, but I mean, Ghost of Tsushima really was just a work of art.
Yeah. I was between Ghost and Ori. I have not played Ori. I know it's beautiful, but I want to give it to Ghost because of what they did. It was just amazing. How much more do we have? What, 3?
We got quite a few more.
We have 3 more. Okay. And we still have to get to her.
Good job.
Okay. And we still have people to get through. So yeah, this is definitely going to be a longer episode. Best narrative. For outstanding storytelling and narrative development in the game. I am between 3, and they were the 3 that I have played.
Final Fantasy Ghost and
Well, okay, 2 I played, then that one I watched. I keep forgetting I haven't played it. I just watched the entire gameplay. Lindsay, if you have a vote, go ahead and say it.
Probably Last of Us Part 2.
What about you, Will?
I'm gonna go ahead and vote for Ghost of Tsushima. I want to vote for Final Fantasy VII, but it's going for Ghost for me.
Okay, I know a lot of people did not like the storytelling of this, but it was still a great game. And I feel like it was well done. I'm giving it to Ghost. What happened? Okay, that was weird.
Covered.
Alright, best game direction. Awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm simping super hard for Alex. Like,
well, Will voted for Alex.
Like, creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. If they just did so much with Half-Life Alex that it was, oh man.
I am going to vote for Ghost because it was great.
I would have voted for Last of Us.
I know, like, I really want to vote for Last of Us on it, but on things. Now we get into Game of the Year.
I get so much hate for all of this Alex love, but it's so good.
Game of the Year. We are going to start off by pulling in our guests. I want to go ahead and play the recording that we did with one of our friends who could not be with us tonight, but this was his reasoning. Hopefully I won't be able to cut it short, but yeah. All right, we have our good friend Ryan here, and we were just going to, ask him about Game of the Year. Ryan, from the list of the nominees for Game of the Year that we saw, what one of these do you feel like is your vote? Or if you had maybe one that you think should win over another one? I don't know how you overall feel about all these nominees as a whole. So,
there's one game in this list, and these are all great games by themselves. They're, anybody who's listening, if you have the technology to run some of these games, one of them is a PlayStation exclusive. I think actually, I'm sorry, two of them is a PlayStation exclusive right now. One of them requires VR. But if you have the tech to run it, then go ahead and get any of these games. They're all great ideas to buy, especially if you find a sale. Don't listen to the reviews. Don't listen to the nonsense surrounding each of these games that people had expectations that weren't met. But the games are brilliant. They're well worth your money. But I think the one game that deserves the best game is Ghost of Tsushima. That to me is hands down. It's almost like a love letter to not just a kind of game, but a culture from a developer. The attention to detail, the amount of investment in Japanese mythology and culture study in that game is unparalleled on any other game of its kind. It's not just a game; it's a work of art. It is consistently fun. It has everything that you might want in the game. It's got a lot. If you really want to grind out a game and find its little secrets and pieces, it's got that in spades. But if you don't, it also has a lot of little shortcuts, little hints and guides that will get you to those places that you need to go to find those little nuggets of story. And so to me, Ghost of Tsushima is clearly the best of the selection. They're all great. And I don't think any of them don't deserve to be in the category. I'd almost consider Animal Crossing to not be in the category, but it's only because the category is kind of superfluous. It's just hey, what's the best game that came out this year? So
yeah,
I guess if you really like Animal Crossing, then sure, it came out. But as far as I can tell from Animal Crossing, having not played a heavy amount of the past games, I played a good bit, but this is probably the game I put the most time in. It is not a technological advancement in the series. It really just gave us a lot of what we already had, but in a modern era. And then they added a couple of new pieces, like being able to visit the islands and such. But for the most part, it's, you just log in and do your thing and then leave every day. And it's just collecting stuff. So if that's your bag, I can see why that's good. But if I had to pick one that didn't belong in the category compared to its surroundings, I would pick Animal Crossing. And then I think that Last of Us Part 2 could leave, but I don't know what you would replace it with. That game honestly didn't come out fully baked. It needed some more time, a little more love, a little more attention from its developers. But everything else in this list is, great.
Yeah. I know some people out there say that Animal Crossing they think should win. I know one of our friends, he's briefly told me about it, that's probably his pick. And I mean, I don't know, Animal Crossing had really big success because of, in my opinion, of whenever it came out with the pandemic. So everyone was at home. It was a game where you can go to other people's islands and hang out virtually, and it just connected a lot of people. So
yeah, that might have to do with the category. I mean, if it's sort of like Times Person of the Year, is it the most influential person? Is it the person that made the most news headlines? Is it just the most powerful person? You have to. It's how you interpret the category is different for each person. If you're talking about a game that had, if you get the technical pieces aside, if you're talking about a game that either had an influence on the culture when the culture needed it most, or could be influenced most,
yeah,
then Animal Crossing wins because of when it was released.
Yeah,
it did make a big splash. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't disagree with that sentiment. It isn't how I approach the category. In my opinion, I approach the category on a technical or even philosophical level. And Animal Crossing, out of all of them, didn't innovate in a heavy way on any category that I would consider for this. Considering the description of the category says it delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields, and and Animal Crossing doesn't really meet that compared to the other one.
That's a fair point.
That's very very fair.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, obviously we can't divulge our picks just yet, but
yeah.
I mean, yeah, you've made very valid points that make perfect sense. I'm kind of right along in there with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ghost of Tsushima is one heck of a solid choice. I mean, I got to play around in it a little bit, but I don't have it. I watched Nick stream it a lot, and I watched a whole lot of gameplay of it, and it looks incredible. Just like you said, their attention to detail with the culture and even just the surrounding areas, the nature, everything was so done with great attention to detail that, I mean, yeah, well done.
Yeah, it was a very beautiful game. There was just times where I just kind of stopped and would just take in the scenery from playing it, and I enjoyed the combat a lot. That I would, like, if I would see enemies along my way, I would just kind of stop and just to be like, all right, come at me, and I'm just waiting for one of them to strike, and then I'm striking them first, and it just felt so satisfying. So, and
the different sword styles, it just like there's so many layers to how you could analyze Ghost of Tsushima. Like it's a wonderful sort of vengeance tale. That, you know, and the crux of all vengeance tales is that the person who's on a vengeance tear ends up losing more of themselves than they get by you know, enacting their revenge, right? You know, I have to give an honorable mention, if I can, to Doom Eternal. I wanted Doom Eternal to be at the top of this list, and I don't even know if it belongs over Final Fantasy VII Remake.
All right, I won't go ahead and just pause it there, since we're getting longer on time. But Ryan did talk with us for like another 9 more minutes. But yeah, his pick was Ghost of Tsushima, and he made a lot of points to it. So yeah, but we're gonna go ahead and bring in our next guest.
I'll go grab them.
Okay. But yeah, what you want to say?
I don't know.
Yeah. But Ryan definitely said like a lot of good points or whatever. And I was somewhat, kind of surprised that he came in with a Ghost pick. But yeah, he made a lot of good points, and I respect him for everything he said.
All right, guys, we have well, most of you should actually know this name, but we have Cody Watkins, who used to be also known as Indecent Sarcasm, but we now have a new name for our friend, Kitsune's Myth.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes,
I am rebranding.
Rebranding. He's going to start streaming on Twitch soon, so we'll check him out. He'll be part of the Discord server as well. But Cody, let's get into it, man.
Alrighty. Well, I guess, of course, while I'm here, we're talking about Game of the Year, and y'all are wondering what I was going to pick, or what I'm going to pick.
Mm-hmm.
I had to go with, of course, Ghost of Tsushima. Now, I not just picking that because it's just a great game. I've played, so I only really, to me, only had three choices, because out of the 6 games, I've only played 3 of them, and I'm not gonna choose a game that I haven't played. I've heard about the other games, I've seen gameplay of it, but I personally have not played them. And the 3 games I haven't played are Final Fantasy VII, Hades, and Last of Us Part 2.
And you need to get on playing Final Fantasy VII.
I know you've definitely been getting on to me
for
about
months.
that, and I know, and I am sorry. I plan on it. I really do. Now I got to get through Miles Morales and everything like that. But Now I have played Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal is a great game. It's very. You can take it fast paced. You can go back slow. You can go back through the missions. The music is awesome in it. The way it picks up as the action picks up. I mean, just it's a great game. Animal Crossing, definitely like the game. Definitely hit at a good time during the year whenever, the virus hit and everything like that. Helped me personally. I felt like I kept in contact with all my friends. I was able to visit Nick and Lindsay. I visited y'all's island several times. Y'all helped me out with mine. I mean, it felt to me like I could definitely stay connected with my friends, even though I couldn't physically be there with y'all. But the reason I went with Ghost of Tsushima is, of course, personally, I love Japanese, just history and just the lore and everything like that. Hence, the name change as well. The graphic design on Ghost of Tsushima, the story, the plot, and everything. I know in the recording that we just heard, it talked about like the stances, the sword stances, and stuff like that. The combat. I mean, I've read several things into Tsushima, and the development of it, and they definitely went strong into, making sure they got a lot of the stuff correct. That's, to me, I just really loved it. It was a great storyline. Sad, happy. I know I heard you say in the little talk with Ryan, Nick, I heard you say that sometimes you would just stop and take in the scenery.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I too did that as well. Sometimes I would go into their camera mode and like I do like a black and white camera, and I loved how you can add in, like, if you wanted cherry blossoms or dragonflies or just different things into the effect of it. So to me, just that real big detail, attention to detail, that's what kind of drove it home to me. Like I said, Animal Crossing, I feel like does deserve to be in Game of the Year. It just didn't hit as hard with me. Doom Eternal, same thing. Real big action. I've been playing Doom, a lot of Doom games since I was real little. And so it was really good. But Ghost just hit it home for me.
All right. We have 2 votes for Ghost right now.
Yep.
So,
now, real quick, was there any game that you think should have been on this list?
That is a good question. Right now, I just have nothing but Ghost going through my head.
Well, then, I mean, that is perfectly fine.
Yeah, I wish I could think of another one, and there most likely is more out there. Just right now, I'm really spacing out, and I'm really
It's
sorry
okay.
about
As
that.
soon as we put you back in the other channel, you're gonna think of it, and then you can drop it in chat for everyone to see.
That is exactly what's going to happen.
Right. Well, thank you, Cody, for joining us and giving us your input on Game of the Year.
Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate being on here.
All right, and I think, Will, you're going to go ahead and get our next guest for us?
Yep, me and Cody will pop on down, and I'll drag the other one up.
All right.
I do think they did a good job.
Yes.
I think these are all really good contenders. I don't feel like there's one that shouldn't be here.
Yeah, we got like different variety. We got like, the first person shooter. We got the RPGs. We got a indie game, the Hades, that's the roguelike, and then we got Animal Crossing, that's different, and then Last of Us Part 2. Like it's a great selection for this year.
Speaking of great selections, I got one for you guys right here. In the form of Nelson. Also known as Darth Potato, and are you Darth Thomas the Tank Engine?
On Twitch, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't do much
That's
there though.
you.
That's me.
So,
Well,
Nelson,
welcome.
my guy. Yeah, welcome. First time on the stream, man.
Yeah.
So let's dig into it. We got these games that we're looking at.
Right, for the game of the year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and come out and say I've only played 3 of these, and I own a 4th, and I haven't played it yet. I got it on sale. I've
Ooh.
played Doom, FF7 Remake, and Animal Crossing. And I recently purchased Hades on sale, so I plan to play that. I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima or Last of Us Part 2, so I can't in good conscience vote for them or not vote for them just because I
That's
don't have
fair.
experience with the
Fair
That's
games.
very
enough.
fair.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
So really, I kind of have to drop those 3 games that I haven't played off my list. But if I had to choose, it's a fairly easy choice for me. I would pick Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Respect.
Much
Yeah.
respect. Yeah.
I mean, just if you played the original, man, the evolution of just a joking tech trailer on the PS3 to
Mm.
the fans being like, no, wait, we actually want this, to the developer actually listening. And then people being like, well, if you're going to do it, you better do it well. And Square's like, you know what? We're going to actually do this thing the right way. And dude, they totally delivered. Like, if you didn't cry when the meteor hit the screen at the very beginning of the game, you might just be a robot. Like, it was so good. Like, just bringing back the original composer to redesign and breathe new life into the original soundtrack with a full orchestra, rolling the dice on changing the story up just a little bit, but letting the original creators and writers of the story, uh, you know, put in what they think would have been the actual original, or however you want to put that, as an actual remake, not just a remaster. They didn't just remaster the game. That would have been the easy way out. They were like, no, we're going to actually remake the game, which put everyone's expectations even higher because it's such a classic.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, in my opinion, I think they just delivered in spades, dude. Like, it is only part 1. If I had to fault it for anything, it's only part 1. And
Yeah.
this is just my thoughts on part 1, with the Midgar section, really, which is such a small portion of the original game. But the direction they took it, the new talent, the amazing talent they got for voice acting, the set pieces, just, it was all amazing. I think the only game that gives it even close to a run for its money and just sheer production quality is either Doom Eternal or maybe Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know, but if I had to pick something, I would say like Destiny 2, just because the only other game I know that does like full blown orchestra soundtracks like that is, I know Destiny 2 just does it up every time, and Doom Eternal did amazing with their music as well. I just think in every way you approach it, either via the way you're immersed, via how they made the environment so believable and realistic, or the sound design or the characters and the way they're voiced and acted out. I can't pick anything else other than Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Feel you. um Was there maybe a game that wasn't on this list that you would have liked to see on the list?
Uh Let me think about it. It's hard to say. I'm kind of an ongoing player and fanboy of Destiny 2, as a lot of people know.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
it's kind of hard to just say, hey, Destiny 2 should be Game of the Year, because they've come out and finally just started calling it an action MMO. And if you were going to categorize Destiny 2 or an individual expansion as Game of the Year, the way I kind of think of that is like, well, would I even consider, like a Final Fantasy 14 expansion or a WoW expansion as Game of the Year? And I can't do it because it's just a
Right.
constantly evolving world. Um, and if you don't play it from start to finish, which you can't even hardly do with Destiny 1 anymore, you're missing out on a lot. So the experience is also somewhat incomplete. Um, But if I had to go by sheer hours I've put into a game, it'd probably be D2 Beyond Light.
Gotcha. I mean, yeah. Well, Nick, did you have any more questions for Nelson?
No, I don't think. I mean, much respect for picking Final Fantasy VII.
Yes,
and I know you said that you played the original. I never did play the original, but I absolutely loved this remake. And whenever someone was telling me that this game is basically the first couple hours of the original game, I was like, are you kidding me? I've spent 40 something hours in this game and it's only like that.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to speak volumes to just how much detail, I mean, one of the developers, people were complaining that it's going to be multiple parts, but one of the devs was like, no, we're actually making as much of the game and putting as much detail and believability and all that stuff into the remake as we can. And they literally take if you watch a speed run, Midgar lasts for not even 20 minutes. But even just in a normal playthrough, Midgar only takes 2 hours. They made it an entire 40 to 50 hour experience with fun and rewarding things to chase, like getting the Bahamut summon and all that good stuff, which I'm interested to see where they take it, but they definitely started on the right foot, in my opinion.
100%.
Yeah. Well, once again, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, so I think now we're going to get Will to get our last guest speaker.
Yeah, just to recap, 2014 winner was Dragon Age Inquisition. 2015 winner, The Witcher Hunt. 2016 winner was Overwatch. 2017, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. 2018 was God of War. 2019...
Shadows Die Twice.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Wait. All right,
we have this fantastic beast with us right now.
Hello.
A regular in the Discord and on the stream, Mr. Skylord Alexander, also known as Admin Alex.
The toxic mod himself. Okay.
Yeah, you know what's going on.
Yeah, Game of the Year.
So Game of the Year has to be Persona 5 Royal. It's the best one.
Well, that's not even a nominee. Come on, man.
I agree.
I know.
I honestly don't agree with this, and I will tell you why.
No, I get it shouldn't be on there. That's a joke. It's my favorite game I played this year, but it shouldn't be on the list. I agree. I could sit here and make an argument for Doom Eternal and Final Fantasy VII Remake very easily.
Mm-hmm.
Those were two amazing games. I played through Doom Eternal in about a week and a half and loved it. Played through Final Fantasy Remake in 2 weeks and loved it. It was amazing. But the game that stands out the most to me this year had to be Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Boom. Let's hear it.
So
yeah, let's hear it.
It is not the most, when it comes to graphical fidelity, music, any one thing stand above. But the number one thing it did was fun. It was such a pleasant and fun experience, especially taking the year into account. But even without the year, the amount of activities you had, the fishing, the collecting, meeting new villagers every few days when someone would show up. The way that you could, you got to choose where everything went. You got to design your island and then invite your friends over and they could run around and fish with you and see what you've created and what you've put where. And all the additions they did from past games. In past games, your villagers just went where they went. Your town was where your town was, where buildings were just where the buildings were. You had a little bit of control in New Leaf. You had a little bit, but not much. As the mayor, you could do some things. But being able to know, I get to decide where my bridge is. I get to decide where that ramp is that goes up to the top floor. Along with the crafting system that allowed you to craft pieces of furniture that you wanted to find. You didn't have to just wait for them to randomly appear in the game. It's the game I played the most this year, along with every day there was something new and exciting in the game. And it has to be said, I think it definitely the year that it came out definitely helped it a lot with the player base. But I mean, it sold 5 million copies in the first month, breaking the record for most digital sales in a month on a Switch game. It is in 6 weeks became the highest selling Animal Crossing game with 13.41 million copies sold in 6 weeks. And I know that numbers don't matter too much for because Call of Duty beats it by a lot for a good bit, at least by confirmed sales. But it sold out Switches all over the place. It was a cultural phenomenon to a degree of where it brought casual gamers and hardcore gamers together in a way that the other games can't. The other games are amazing, but this is a game you could play with your mom. This is a game you could play with your young little brother. This is the game you could play with your friend in Japan during a global pandemic. And it's the only one out of this list I can say that about.
Yeah.
Dang, man. That is convincing.
Just dropping the mic in here.
Me to tears over here. I forgot what I was going to say. There was something I was going to add on to that, and it's gone.
You have touched us all, Alex.
I'm glad. I had an impassioned speech on this one. But again, I think I haven't played Ghost or Hades. I really want to get to Hades bad. If any of the other games win, other than Last of Us Part 2, personally, I'll be happy because I think this was a good year for games. But for me, for a game that defined this year, Animal Crossing has to be it.
Oh, I remember what I was going to add to that. I think the communities that game brought, I'm in a Facebook group, still am, even though I haven't played it in a while, with random people and just the generosity. Oh, I have this. Do you need it? Here's my code. Come to my island. Just a community.
Yeah, and how it brought people together. And again, I think 2020 helped it a whole lot. I think if 2020 hadn't been the way it was, I would have played Animal Crossing probably just as much, but I would have been like, man, Final Fantasy VII, like you believe what they did with Midgar or Doom Eternal, the action was so good and the sound design and the music within it and the way that the music swelled perfectly with the beat of your action. They're both such polished games, but Animal Crossing, in just the pure amount of time and fun I got out of the game, I can't think of a game on this list more that I played more and enjoyed more and had more fun experiences in.
All right.
Goodness. There are few things as great as slapping your friends in the face with the bug catching net.
Yeah,
I straight up beat up on one of my villagers.
Trying to get them to leave.
Rocket, you go die in a hole.
Yeah.
See, I got very lucky, and my third villager was Raymond. I really lucked out, so maybe that's why I love the game so much. I got the best villager early.
Nice.
Well,
was there a game that you thought should be on this list?
Yeah, I have one that might be a little controversial. I think replacing Last of Us Part 2, I think Genshin Impact should have been in there. It is a gacha game, but the amount of exploration it gave for free that reminded me a lot of Breath of the Wild. I really enjoyed exploring the world, playing it. It was a really cool open world experience that you could play on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer, or your PlayStation 4. And as long as you weren't on PlayStation 4, you could stop playing on PC and just pick it up on your phone and keep playing wherever you were, and then stop playing on your phone and pick back up on PC. And to me, that flexibility it gave, along with the level of exploration you got for free, yes, it makes you want to spend money it taxes you on the high-end grind at the end of the game, but you get so much story content that you can just do for free.
Well, all right. Well,
I mean, yeah.
Thank you, Alex, for joining us for this. I know that Will and I need to get to giving our votes and stuff since
that's why I try to keep vomiting words. I'm I have notes and I just get through all of them.
Yeah, because we're running late, but we knew that we were going to have a longer episode for this one. So
yeah.
But yeah.
Well, thank you again for having me, and Persona 5 Royal for Game of the Year.
Oh my gosh.
I stand by that.
All right.
Alrighty, yeah.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, Lindsay, go ahead and you go first.
Okay. I was sort of iffy going into this, but Alex touched my heart with his speech. It's got to be Animal Crossing. Also, that's the only one I've actually played, so that kind of factors into that. I think the timing of it. I have no doubt in my mind that this game saved someone's life during quarantine. Like, I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
There, with however many people there are that play this game, like, there's no doubt. It's great. And I'd never played any of the other Animal Crossing games.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know how it relates to them. I know Alex touched on that. But I think it was relaxing. I didn't really get too angry, except for at the dang sea bass puns. It's got my vote for sure.
Is there a game that you think should be on this list?
Not a clue.
Okay.
Nope, not.
Right.
My gaming experience, however wide I would like to think it is very limited, and so no.
Okay. All right. Will, what about you?
Well,
what's your game of the year?
So, as touching and heartfelt and everything that Alex said about Animal Crossing, I really respect Animal Crossing, and I do in a lot of ways agree. However, it does say recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields.
Yes.
I mean, gosh, man. I am going to say Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Ooh,
I came
nice.
into it, and I 100% came into this recording prepared to say Ghost of Tsushima. But the more I've thought about it throughout this, it's gotten closer to Final Fantasy VII. And I almost switched right just now to Animal Crossing New Horizons. And part of me still wants to, because creative fields, there's so much creativity in that game. And there's a lot of technical aspects of it. But a lot of what has been said was it was fun. And Lindsay kind of touched on a really important part for me, is that this game probably saved someone's life this year. So I think Animal Crossing deserves to win something.
Yeah.
And maybe Game of the Year, but I have to vote for Final Fantasy VII Remake. But Animal Crossing deserves the biggest of big respects and shout-outs and most love.
Now, is there a game that you think should have been on this list?
Man, no.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Like,
Persona
I
5
think
Royal.
they did a
Persona 5
great
Royal.
job. I think they really did a great job gathering the 6 games.
Oh, yes.
Like,
All right. I'm still thinking up to this point of which one I'm going to pick. But I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm down between 2. And you know what? Alex was very convincing. He had like a very good arguments. It was like, and I, thought about it after, he said it, just a couple minutes ago. But I can assure you I'm not picking Animal Crossing. Ain't no way. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say, from the last time when we did our predictions, I was skeptical of Ghost of Tsushima. I was thinking Last of Us Part 2 is probably definitely going to be the winner. I still think Last of Us Part 2 has a good chance of winning, despite, all the criticism. And I know several...
I leaned towards it for a moment because of that accessibility that
yes.
they put in.
I
think
like, if they
awesome.
If they win, I would say it's because of how much they've gone out of their way to be able to make it where other people can play and enjoy a game. Because I don't think any of these other games on this list did anything close to what Naughty Dog did with Last of Us Part 2. But it's not going to get my vote. I've told Alex several times that my game of the year was Final Fantasy VII Remake. I kept saying like that was my game of the year. But then I did play Ghost of Tsushima, and it was a lot better than what I expected. And it is a new IP from Sucker Punch, and it is done very, very well. I think it's like one of the best like Sony new IP games, like best selling or whatever, like this year. So I'm down between Final Fantasy VII Remake and Ghost of Tsushima. I really want to pick Ghost because of everything I said, but I want to stick true with what I've been saying ever since I played Final Fantasy VII Remake, and that's going to get my vote.
Oh, there he goes.
Like I almost said Ghost of Tsushima right there because it's a really good game, but it was like up to that point. Now I will say, if I had to put a game in this category, I would take Doom out, and I would put Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah,
because
I should have said that.
That was a great game, and at some point I plan on playing the game again. I don't know when it's going to be, but it was a great game, and I absolutely loved it. And I hate that it just came out right out of the voting time for last year's game of the year, and it was in this one. And since it was just so long ago where it came out,
chance last year.
Yeah, it might have had a better chance. Like, when games come out, the timing of that depends on, where it's going to be with these game awards.
This was a good.
However, I would take out Hades instead of Doom personally.
Yeah, I don't know. I just said Doom because I know whenever we did our predictions or whatever, I didn't even put Doom in the in the thing. Like, I chose Dreams over Doom. That's why I said I'll just take Doom out. I mean, nothing to hate against Doom. It's just the setting of the game is not for me, but yeah. So yeah, there you have it. That was our game awards going through voting, and you got our game of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this episode. So yeah, we're gonna quickly move on. We're gonna do our nostalgia game of the week real quick. Basically, we just spin a wheel that has old games. If you have any suggestions, go to the Discord, put in the nostalgia. What?
I was gonna say someday we should spin a wheel instead of a wheel.
Yeah. All right, and we got Sonic. Everyone should know Sonic.
Sonic, Green Hill Zone.
Yeah. Like, if you don't know Sonic, then
gotta go fast.
Then I don't know, but Sonic's a great game. They one of my favorites was Sonic DX Director's Cut for the GameCube. That was one of my favorites. Yeah, great game. And Sonic is the character that Sega came out with to compete with Nintendo's Mario.
Yes.
So,
and for doing such, Mario cursed them forever.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a nostalgia game of the week, and we're gonna quickly, I guess, you want to go ahead and do the news?
Yeah, I can read them real quick.
All right, yeah. So we're gonna quickly do our out of the box gaming news. Welcome to Out of the Box Gaming News with Lindsay Picard.
Head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, commended Sony's forward leaps with the PS5's DualSense controller, as he should, which includes haptic feedback and adaptive trigger technology. A new Magic the Gathering Secret Lair card set will feature artwork painted by the legendary artist Bob Ross. PlayStation has begun issuing bans for PS5 users selling PS Plus Collection. Auction sites feature listings of PS5 owners offering PS4 players with the opportunity to log into their PSN account, unlock the PS Plus Collection games, then log out. UK retailer Very has reportedly canceled 1,000 Xbox Series X orders allegedly placed by a scalper ring. Single purchases were also canceled, possibly due to stock issues. And lastly, Fortnite's latest event with Galactus ended Chapter 2 Season 4 and had some downtime before Season 5 officially started. Season 5, dubbed 0 Point, is out now and adds new locations and weapons along with Baby Yoda and the Mandalorian. And I also just saw Kratos is coming to Fortnite.
As a skin? Is it gonna be a PlayStation exclusive?
I don't know that.
Be so funny.
Fortnite doesn't normally do that.
That'd
No,
be messed up.
But that would be I could see that happening now.
Also,
Oh,
well, no, I don't want to ruin it, so never mind.
man.
I want to say something about Baby Yoda
Yeah.
in the latest Mandalorian
So,
episode. But.
like Lindsay said, Phil Spencer should, commend Sony's forward leap with the DualSense. It's a great controller. I think, Will, you have some strong opinions with the whole Bob Ross artwork with Magic the Gathering?
All right, look here. We don't have a whole lot of time for me to talk about this, but Bob Ross is not the problem with this. Secret Layers is the problem with this because Secret Layers printing is absolutely terrible, and I really hope someone over there hears this because their foiling ruins their cards. Their foiling makes their cards unplayable to the point where they bend right out of the box. They are so bent that you can tell that someone is playing with that bent card. Like it's bad.
I was going to say, surely your issue wasn't with Bob Ross.
Yeah.
No, I love Bob Ross, and the only problem I have with this is that they're putting such a great man's artwork on such a terrible company's.
Well,
I got you. That's like having one of his paintings printed at Walmart.
Not a terrible company.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's too harsh. I love Wizards.
yeah.
The Coast.
And props PlayStation for, banning people. Like, how dare you want to go and, sell
See, I
your
wouldn't even thought that
PS
was
Plus
counted.
collection? Like, come on, people, don't. Anything to get a buck, like, come on. And then UK retailer, very good job for canceling your orders from a scalper ring or whatever. Like, no need to give those scalpers money. Like, what a bunch of douchebags. But yeah, we are definitely running out of time, so we're going to go ahead and just jump to the trivia question.
Trivia question.
Yeah. What was it? I guess I don't remember.
Let me remember how I worded it. So, the Game Awards, they were rebranded in 2014 and were aired on something, whether just online or on television. And I want to know how many more viewers they had from 2014's airing to 2019. And I'm looking for a number in the millions.
Okay. I absolutely have no idea. So I'm just going to throw a number out there and just say 4 million.
Okay.
You know what? I'm not gonna Price is Right this. I'm gonna go straight up to like 125 million.
Okay.
Okay. Wow.
I went really low.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, really? Surprise me here.
2014 had 1.9 million viewers.
Yeah.
2019 had 49 million.
Oh,
viewers.
man.
So that's
Okay, I went a little
around
too high.
about 48.
Yeah, you went a little too high. I went too low.
47.
Jeez. That's a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought that was interesting. Maybe we'll watch it this year. I haven't ever watched it.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we're going to wrap up this episode. We want you to be able to contact us and check us out on other platforms. We'll give them the rundown.
Yeah, so we got our YouTube channel. You know where it is, Out of the Box Gaming. We've also got our Discord. It's linked there at our YouTube channel and pretty much anywhere that you can find our link tree. We've got Instagram at OOTB_gaming. Also, Twitter handle is at gamingOOTB. What? TikTok,
Sorry,
we got
I was
at
telling something to Lindsay.
OOTB Gaming. Also, check out our Patreon and all the fantastic perks to unlock there. Big shout out and thank you to our Collector's Edition Patreon, Cody Watkins, also known as Kitsune's Myth. He's about to start streaming and stuff, so whenever he gets up and running, go check him out. His info will be in the Discord.
Oh yeah, speaking of Patreon, some of the perks will get you extra entries to our monthly giveaway, and our November giveaway is over.
Yeah,
and we have not picked yet. Lindsay's dropping the ball on that.
I'll do that
tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah. So whenever we do the pick who wins,
I'll announce it on Instagram.
Yeah, you'll get Overcooked 2. Lindsay will be able to contact you, so yeah, just stay out for that. And then we will get information about our December one. If you want to find the show live, you can go to Twitch at Ace King King. And then you can find me there. You can also find me on YouTube or Instagram and basically in the Discord at Ace King or on Twitter, AceKingKing77.
Please make sure to leave a review on our podcast on whichever platform you found us on. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, follow, all the buttons. Thank you so much for listening. Please join us next week.
Yeah, this has been Out of the Box Gaming with Nick Picard, Will Kinsey, and Lindsay. Thanks for playing along.